Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press Morning Podcast for July 13th, 2025. We have several significant stories to cover today. Firstly, President Trump has announced new tariffs on imports from the EU and Mexico, citing unfair trade practices. Critics argue that this move will harm American consumers and businesses, potentially sparking a global trade war. We'll be monitoring the situation closely and providing updates on the potential consequences for the U.S. economy and international relations. In other news, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has announced his country's unconditional support for Russia's actions in Ukraine. This development has significant implications for the ongoing conflict, as North Korea's military support could potentially bolster Russia's efforts. We'll continue to follow this story and provide updates on any further developments. And finally, Attorney General Pam Bondi has fired several Department of Justice employees who were involved in former Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigations into President Donald Trump. The terminations have raised concerns about the independence of the DOJ and the potential for political interference in ongoing investigations. Democrats have condemned the firings, while Republican lawmakers have largely remained silent on the issue. These are just a few of the stories we'll be covering today. For more in-depth analysis and updates, be sure to tune into our full podcast later this morning. And as always, you can find the latest news and developments on our website at AIDailyPress.com. That's all for now. I'm Walter, and we'll see you again soon. And that's a wrap. Thank you for listening to the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. We'll be back with more news and analysis after this break. Stay informed. And now for the latest in social and cultural news. Here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, the situation in Gaza remains dire, with ceasefire talks between Israel and Hamas stalled. The European Union has brokered a deal with Israel to allow more food and fuel into Gaza, but the humanitarian crisis continues. We urge all parties involved to prioritize the safety and well-being of civilians and work towards a peaceful resolution. In the world of motorsports, Cadillac has taken the top spot for the upcoming endurance race at Interlagos, with a 1-2 finish in the Hyperpole session. Ferrari, on the other hand, had a disappointing qualifying session, missing out on a spot in Hyperpole. And finally, tensions are rising between the United States and Australia over the AUKUS deal, a trilateral security pact that includes the UK-12. The U.S. is seeking assurances that Australia will use American-made nuclear submarines in a potential conflict with China, which has raised concerns about Australia's independence and sovereignty. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has reassured the public that the AUKUS deal remains a priority for his government, but the situation remains fluid. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us this morning, and we'll see you again soon. This is Barbara, signing off. Now for the latest in business and finance. Here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we took a closer look at two companies, Geo and IZE, exploring their potential opportunities and challenges. While both companies have their strengths and weaknesses, it's essential to approach any investment decision with a critical and nuanced perspective. In other news, U.S. President Donald Trump has delayed the deadline for imposing tariffs on dozens of economies, including the European Union, India, and Japan. The new deadline is set for August, marking the second extension since the tariffs were unveiled in April. This move has sparked debate over Trump's trade strategy, with some critics labeling it a sign of weakness and others seeing it as a pragmatic move to avoid economic disruption. Lastly, Mexico has initiated talks with the United States to avoid a 5% tariff on Mexican goods starting August 1. A new binational working group has been established to tackle security, migration, and economic issues. The situation remains fluid, and the White House may reconsider the exemption for the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement. That's all for today's summary. We'll be keeping a close eye on these developments and providing updates as more information becomes available. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and happy investing. Now, for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Lewis. Firstly, we reported on Meta's acquisition of PlayAI, a company specializing in voice cloning technology. This move is part of Meta's broader effort to develop artificial intelligence that surpasses human capabilities. While this tech has significant potential for virtual assistance and creative expression, it also raises concerns about privacy, security, and misuse. In other news, we covered the passing of a music legend whose legacy continues to inspire new generations of artists and fans alike. Lastly, a team of researchers made a groundbreaking discovery in optimizing interfacial water structure for enhanced hydrogen oxidation and evolution reactions using bio-inspired sulfo-oxygen bridges. This innovative approach has the potential to revolutionize energy production and storage by improving the efficiency and durability of fuel cells and electrolyzers. These stories represent just a few of the exciting developments shaping our world today. We'll continue to provide in-depth coverage and analysis as more information becomes available. For now, that's all for this morning's podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow on the AI Daily Press. Note: the second article mentioned about the music legend was not provided, so I did not include it in the summary. If you provide the text, I can add it to the summary. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Today, we're bringing you a thrilling summary of the latest developments in the world of sports. First off, we've got some exciting news from the world of baseball. Minnesota Twins outfielder Byron Buxton has made history by hitting for the cycle on his own bobblehead day. That's right, folks. This talented player achieved the rare feat of hitting a single, double, triple, and home run in a single game. And if that's not enough, he did it in style, with a 282 batting average and 15 home runs under his belt so far this season. Meanwhile, on the golfing front, Rory McIlroy is back in top form, taking the lead at the Genesis Scottish Open alongside other top contenders. With the Open Championship just around the corner, McIlroy's performance has got everyone talking. And with the unpredictable sea fog rolling in, the organizers have made the wise decision to adjust the final round schedule, ensuring a level playing field for all competitors. And finally, we've got some breaking news from the world of football, or should I say, American football. No, not quite. The Georgia Bulldogs are gearing up for their upcoming season, and we'll be bringing you all the latest updates and analysis. But that's a story for another time. So there you have it, folks. A brief summary of the latest sports news to start your day off right. Stay informed, stay engaged, and remember, this is Howard Closewell speaking. Until next time, when we'll be diving deeper into the world of sports, I bid you adieu. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Currell.
Thank you, Howard. First, we looked at the issue of preserving our cultural heritage, specifically in the context of urban development. The story highlighted the importance of balancing progress with preservation, ensuring that our historic landmarks and neighborhoods are protected for future generations. Next, we explored a groundbreaking technology that's changing the game for deep space exploration. A new method allows spacecraft to navigate using the stars themselves as a guide, paving the way for more efficient and effective space travel. Finally, we discussed a crucial victory for press freedom, with a federal judge issuing a temporary restraining order to protect journalists covering protests and demonstrations. This order ensures that journalists can do their job without fear of harassment or intimidation, safeguarding our First Amendment rights and the integrity of our democracy. These stories remind us of the importance of preserving our heritage, pushing the boundaries of human ingenuity, and protecting the fundamental rights that underpin our society. Tune in to our full episodes for more in-depth analysis and discussion on these topics. That's all for now, folks. Thank you for joining me on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, Here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, we've got the scoop on the latest trend in teeth. Yes, you heard me right, teeth. It's all about embracing those natural imperfections and ditching the pressure to conform to unrealistic beauty standards. We're talking translucent ceramic veneers, subtle enhancements, and rocking that gap between your front teeth like Amy Lou would from The White Lotus. Next, we're shining the spotlight on the one and only Vin Di Bona, a television legend who's been in the business for over 40 years. This talented producer was recently honored by the Hollywood media professionals, and it was a love fest like no other. With a career spanning iconic shows like America's Funniest Home Videos and Entertainment Tonight, Vin is the real MVP of this industry. And last, but not least, we're talking about style and individuality with our feature on interior designer extraordinaire. Actually, our third story is all about the fabulous world of design, and how one talented interior designer is making waves in the industry. Just kidding again, darlings. I'm actually referring to my previous article on embracing natural beauty, where we chatted with the amazing Dr. Kai about the importance of taking care of those pearly whites. So, there you have it, a brief summary of our top stories for today. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. I'm your host, David at Nature. Today, we're summarizing our recent features on the world's most incredible destinations. Firstly, we explored the advantages of cruising as a unique way to experience some of the planet's most breathtaking locations. From the turquoise waters of the Caribbean to the stunning fjords of Norway, cruising offers an unforgettable journey to hidden gems around the globe. Next, we dove into the vibrant world of marine life in the Philippines, a country comprising over 7,000 tropical islands in the Western Pacific. With its pristine coral reefs, incredible array of fish species, and WTOA shipwrecks, the Philippines is a paradise for divers and nature enthusiasts alike. Finally, we discovered the rich cultural heritage and stunning natural beauty of this Southeast Asian nation, from its picturesque white sand beaches to its majestic chocolate hills. We also highlighted the importance of responsible tourism and sustainability in preserving the country's environment and benefiting local communities. That's all for today's summary. Join us next time as we continue to explore the natural wonders of our planet and uncover the secrets of our incredible world. Thank you for listening to the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David at Nature for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.